Nigeria, Africa's biggest economy, is beset with many uncertainties as well as endless possibilities. The synergy of the public and private sector is pivotal to the emergence of a sustainable economic growth pattern that will benefit all citizens. Watch Business Trends, the platform where experts, public and private sector policy strategists, CEOs and regulators share their views on the growth prospects of the nation's economy. Watch Business Trends at these times. Good afternoon and welcome to today's episode of Business Trends, where we discuss business and financial related issues. I'm Temitope Ajayi. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. Now this is the interview segment of Business Trends, and I have with me on the show CEO and Chairman Silicon Valley Nigeria. And I know some of us are quite familiar with that phrase, Silicon Valley. It is a region in the southern San Francisco Bay Area of Northern California, which serves as the global center for high technology, venture capital, innovation, and social media. Now it's quite interesting that Silicon Valley is making a grand entrance into Nigeria, with efforts put together by Chief Temitope Ajayi, who will be speaking on achieving a formidable ICT sector in Nigeria. Don't go away. Right, thank you so much, Chief Temitope Ajayi, for coming on the show today. She's the CEO, Silicon Valley, Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
All right, ma. Now, each time I hear of Silicon Valley, I just know it's on the map. But then again, it's a known fact that Silicon Valley serves as the global center for high technology. Now, tell us how this came about and how it has evolved over the years.
Silicon Valley is huge. It's just, it's like 5 cities. Or in Nigeria, you call it 5 local governments with 5 different mayors. You see, the technology part, they generate $100 billion in ICT every year. And in agriculture, $52 billion export. I'm talking of exporting ICT. So Silicon Valley is Silicon Valley because it's a technology hub for all the information technology experts. And you see, when you talk Silicon Valley, you call it with respect. Because here is a place where when you fall, you knock it off and suck it up, the first one. Second time you fall, third time you fall, or the fourth time you hit your billions. Silicon Valley is a place where ecosystem is their #1 priority. They help the startups. They see the potentials in them and invest in their intellectual properties. That's Silicon Valley.
All right, now on the handshake with Silicon Valley, now what can us as Nigerians, especially startups, learn from this very powerful valley in the world of ICT?
You see, entrepreneur is a key word. They call them hustlers here. We call them entrepreneur. Silicon Valley is where you use your brain. You have to stay focused. You have a dream. You have to make it a reality. And once they see the dream in you, they put you in an incubator and they nurture that dream for you. That means software, hardware, so many of those platforms. And once they see your potentials, initially they tell you, but you see, telling you no is making you stronger. And you see, that's the place where anybody can become a billionaire overnight. His favor shines on you. And you see, when the VCs, it has a stage. They're the technology hubs, all this Google, Oracle, IBM, Cisco, HP. Those are the big companies. But there are some smaller ones that develop the software that the big one uses. They develop the software, the VC, venture capital, see the potentials, and now give it to the highest bidder. So it's an ecosystem. A startup, we will nurture the startups in the incubator until they become an accelerator. But once we now see that this one is really, really going to be a potential billionaire, then they now nurture him to accelerator. Once it's an accelerator, then the VC now helps them to do their summary report, one pager, which will now be sold to the highest bidder. And when I say sold to the highest bidder, we're talking of millions of dollars. I love Silicon Valley. Believe me. There is a place, all they see, they don't see color, they see your brain. Not even gender. That's why I'm very particular. Women in STEM. That's why I'm appealing to this government to take ICT very, very serious. Put round peg in round hole. If you're going to employ somebody that is going to be head, have they been to Silicon Valley before? They can't know more than Silicon Valley. You have to be an, what they call it, the local. You know, when you are coming to say, some people are the local, you have to employ the indigents, you understand? You have to be in that system before you can head information technology in your country. You see what everybody does. I like the Indians and I like the Chinese. They come there, they learn the system, then they go back home and empower the others. That's why STEM must be introduced in primary, from the primary school to secondary school to university level, especially women. Because I'm fortunate, look at me today. I'm a minority woman, CEO in Silicon Valley. And that's a big deal. DNA Nigeria. Nigeria they may not even realize what they've got. To have your own DNA CEO in Silicon Valley, give me a break. If it's India now, they'll be telling me, please, what do you want us to do, or China, or the Asians. But you know, it's well.
Thank you very much, Ma, for that. Now, what major contribution can Silicon Valley bring to the table in Nigeria as regards nation building and revenue generation?
Nigeria is blessed. I've never seen a nation that is so blessed. God really loves us. You know why I say they're blessed? They have 65% population of intellectual properties, that is young adult, computer savvy. They don't even need to bother themselves getting a job. They can change the GDP of this country through entrepreneur. That is what Silicon Valley sees in Nigeria. The entrepreneur. All they need to do, that is what we've just started. You know, Rome was not built in a day. We just have to get started. That is why I took it upon myself, because I cry all the time. When I'm in Silicon Valley, I see the Asian community, I see the Indian community, but I don't see my color. And I ask them, where are my color? They say it's minus 1% African. It breaks my heart. I have meetings once a month, breakfast meeting once a month with all the CEOs in Silicon Valley. But I come to a conclusion, fame and fortune are just an illusion. They're not the solution. The solution is, what do I want to be remembered for? I've been in this country now for past 4 months. It's passion and the and the motherly in me. I was in a meeting one day in Silicon Valley. They said, Chief, they call you Mama Diaspora. Mama of, normally they would do your due diligence. I'm one of them, you understand? They call you Mama Diaspora. I will see the burning passion in you of how you want to turn your country into Silicon Valley. The way Bill Gates turned India to Silicon Valley. India will never forget Bill Gates. He invested in the startups. The way Bill Gates invested in intellectual properties in India, that's what we are doing right now. I'm not Bill Gates, I'm just Mama Diaspora. And you know what they told me that made me cry? They said, we will stand behind you as a shadow to make it a reality. Please, God, don't break my heart. Where is my people here? Where is my government? Where are my people? They are about to, they'll be here on Sunday. Everybody's excited. Almost 1,000 people registered, but it's not free. But these poor innocent children, they can afford to pay for their certification, because the only way they can get any good job anywhere in the world is certification. That's why no foreign companies can come and employ our graduates. They're not certified. It's just like being an artisan.
All right, thank you very much for that, Ma. Now, as CEO or one of the major stakeholders, what exactly is being proposed as regards bringing Silicon Valley into this country?
Yes, Nigeria has it all. What they have that a lot of people don't have is their intellectual properties. They're smart, they're rough and ready. You know, it's good to be smart. It's for you to have business acumen. That's entrepreneurship. They know how to turn $5 naira into 1,000. They know how to hustle. That is bingo. Now, not only are they coming, the good news is some of my partners, they want to come and set up a call center here. Some of the people we've talked to, they want to come and set up assembly plants, some of the companies. Some of the companies want to set up a trade hub. And the most important thing is the HR. That's what I'm doing. Human resources. Some of them, we're going to train them, get them certified, ready for a job market anywhere in the world. Because the only thing lacking in their lives is the certification. So I'm appealing again, is next week. I've met with the Honorable Minister for Communication. He said, oh, good man. He sat down with me on the chair. He said, Chief, explain this thing to me. And I explained it in detail, and he said, you know what? I'm going to work on it. And I told him, I said, history will never forget you. Because not only you are in a position of authority, but you put passion and fatherly role in it. You saw the vision. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I've met with so many people that are bought into the idea.
Now, what is the way forward? And what exactly do we need to maintain a formidable tech hub that the world can recognize, that the world can reckon with?
My dear, the world is recognizing us right now. You kidding me? Silicon Valley is even happy that every day, Silicon Valley, trust me, everybody talks Silicon Valley now. Even people who doesn't know the meaning of Silicon Valley, the wave of that Silicon Valley is like an electric wave right now. They are happy. But the only thing we want, the commitment, embracement, and investment of the government in their intellectual property. Let them know the way they pumping money into state allocation, ministry allocation. They should pump it on intellectual properties allocation. I swear, I wish they can have Ministry of Intellectual Properties, intellectual properties, ICT. When we talk of ICT, we talk of data information. You understand? That's AI, hardware, software. Look at IBM is coming, which I'm so happy. IBM does all the software for, what do you call it? Visa and MasterCard and all the banks in America. Not only will we train them ready for Nigerian banks, central bank. Some people told me, oh, now we're going to start. Rome was not built in a day. Little by little, this thing is going to go like a wind. IBM said that they're coming. You see, when we started this thing, I have to give credit to the mayor of San Jose. I had a meeting with him. I said, Mr. Mayor, how can you employ my own people too? Because not too many of my color is here. You know what he told me? He said, Silicon Valley is just the headquarters of all these technology giants. Their factory and their offices are all over the world, not yet in Nigeria. They have some offices here, but it's their marketing. They sell their, they sell their product there. The awareness of, I want to see the big building. And you see, now we're talking of incubator. We want to allocate incubators. China has 1,500 incubators. The whole of Africa has 500 incubators. The whole of Nigeria has 32. By this time next year, it's going to change. By the special grace of the Almighty God. Because it's not me doing it. Sometimes I wonder, people wonder, how do I get all this energy? Believe me, I don't know.
Now let's talk about Computer Village. We have so many youths out there who are extremely talented. Do you think Silicon Valley can actually start up from there and, of course, grow?
Silicon Valley has already partnered with them. You see, the day we partner with them, change their orientation. They now saw the potentials of getting certification. The first time I went there, I saw them, they say, oh, Mama, we're making $1.5 billion a day. I said, give me a break, please, give me a break. I'm an American. Now, talk is cheap. I want to see. I want to see your books, and I will see how they make that money. It's a mystery. They told me, they say it's going to take me 3 days. I said, no, let's just start. I think I went to almost 5 or 6 of the hubs. You understand? I said, whoa. When I saw their books, you see, the most luckiest governor in this whole world is the governor of Lagos State. Does he know what he has in his state? These people are making $1.5 billion. 1.5 billion naira a day. How? Me, Mama Diaspora, I have 2 phones. That's in Nigeria. And the combination of my 2 phones is like $1 million plus. Because, I'm an American. I have the latest gadgets. Do you know how many of those phones they sell every day? Their books, one of their books is 35 million naira a day.
All right, now tell us about the SV NED immersion program that's about to take place in Nigeria and what exactly it holds for us as Nigerians.
Yes, that is my passion, is Silicon Valley to be in Nigeria. And as heaven we have it, it's for real now. They're coming. IBM is with us. Oracle is with us. So many VCs are with us. HP. Everybody is now taking the passion in putting in their widow's mite to get these young adults, 65% employed. Like I said, from now on, all the 65% young adults in Nigeria, they're my children. Mama, no more bickering and complaining again. They should stay focused. We're taking them into entrepreneur. Forget about getting the white collar or whatever job from the government. Stay focused. Once you can make money for yourself, the sky is the limit. I have one of my partners, he's one of my mentors in Silicon Valley, Mr. Philip Boy, because the three things we are doing: ICT, banking, and agriculture. Philip Boy, he said, Chief, I own 10 banks, one individual. He said, one of my banks is on the second floor of a building, and the equity, the equity there is $79 billion. Second floor of a building. Can you imagine what a whole building is going to have? The deposit, cash deposit. There's money in ICT. And I'm so happy it's for real now. I thank God. It's been a journey. And by this time, today is Monday, right? Yes. By this time next week, we will start the training.
Thank you so much, Chief Temitope Ajayi, for coming on the show today. We really do appreciate, and we look forward to, of course, speaking with you some other time.
I just love you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that does it for today on Business Trends, and I come your way next time. Let's remember to always invest in our technology and isn't it legacy, and bye for now.